I have a handicapped sister. She's 52 years old, and when my mother passed away, she came to live with my husband and I, and she will live with us until either we pass away or she does. But that is our responsibility, is to take care of her. And there is no more important thing than to make sure that she has access to all public places and businesses, and that she is able to participate in the process wherever that may be held. It's important to us. It's important that businesses be able to, especially businesses that have been created before the special codes that allowed for the handicap access. But it's important, though, that it be done as tax credit, if allowed, that they be able to take advantage of that tax credit so that they can upgrade their business facility to allow for all of us to participate and have access, whether it be to businesses or government buildings, and to be able to participate like the average human being. We are allowed to do that, and we should be allowed to participate that way.
You have asked a very detailed question for which probably I and several others can't give you a very detailed answer, but what I can do is give you a conceptual answer. Essential government services include those services for people that are absolutely necessary and can't take care of themselves. And clearly access for handicap is one of those things, and it's why the regulations and the laws exist for that purpose. So one of the things that government can do, it's working for the people, is facilitate. In fact, often on the campaign trail I've been approached, I don't mind telling people I don't know something about something, because anybody that tells you to know everything about everything is lying to you. But I got to tell you, I realize that the best thing a governor can be is a facilitator. You're going to facilitate solutions. And so one of the things I look at that job, well, I'm going to know some things about some things based on my personal background, and I'm going to find situations like this. And I promise you, we're going to have enough smart people that we're going to take to Santa Fe that we will facilitate solutions for those kind of questions. I promise you that. Thank you.
This is a tough question, and you probably already know that we have a problem even with compliance for handicap parking spaces. Such a simple concept, and I would offer to you that it is probably awareness. It has nothing to do with taxes. We simply are ignorant. We need to do a better job. And I have a really hard time with that ignorance. I lose patience because everyone deserves access. And you either believe that or you don't. But I'm telling you as your governor, I believe it. And that access cuts across many types of limiting, especially mobility issues. And we're not thinking about it. But I want to talk about taxes and how that works or how it doesn't work. So let me throw something out to you. I don't believe that we are currently taking advantage of the federal tax credit. My guess is we need to build in a match. But what I do know is that we've obliterated our tax code. We, in the name of taxes, give a 25% credit against expenses to drive-by film companies. That's a 25% credit against expenses. That's cash, folks. Any of you have a business that get that? Think you might deserve it? I think you do. Tax policy should be low, broad, fair, equitable, and easy to administer. And those rare exceptions should serve your citizens. The type of exception that we're discussing. And so putting into place a tax incentive, and let me give you another example. We do a tremendous amount of weatherization in our state, and I'll bet that most of you don't know that your tax dollars are paying for it. There is a tax credit, and you probably have no idea whether or not it's effective, and it's because we don't know either. That's a fact, but there are many mechanisms to actually put this in place, and I, like everyone else, I need to go look, but I don't think I have ever seen the state match for that program.
Thank you. We will now start our closing comments, and to begin the closing comments, we'll ask Mr. Domenici. They have 3 minutes each.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here. I appreciate all the questions. questions and the interchange with the audience. I want to encourage people to participate in this election. I want to encourage people to get excited. I see people getting involved. I want to encourage you to get more people involved. I understand the concept of a patriot is at the heart of the founders of this debate. The concept of a patriot goes way back in our history. It's part of our founding. It's part of the essential heart of our country. It requires people to stand up, be counted, and take action. And I think we have, as I said before, a unique opportunity in this race that we're all running for to use your energy with our energy, with the specific issues in the state, with the issues going on at the federal level, to make a huge change in this state that could help us out for decades. It could help turn around the legislature and turn around the fundamental basis of our economy. We have a great state. We are full of resources, full of assets, cultural assets, technical assets, individual assets. We need to turn ourselves around by getting involved at the grassroots level and make this state what it can be. That goes from education, through resource development, through technology development. That goes in your community to things like being out front with Cannon Air Force Base, protecting it when you had to, making it your friend and making it your partner. It goes to your dairy industry, making it your friend, your partner, getting the state off its back, making sure it's competitive with the dairies right across the border. That goes to the oil industry, which is just south of here. It goes, as Doug mentioned, to the uranium industry. We have all of these resources. We are positioned to be actually better than our neighbors because we don't have their problems. We don't have the congestion of Phoenix. We don't have the sprawl of Denver. We are in a position to be the crown jewel of the Southwest, and we need people to get up, get active, get involved, get energized, and turn the state around in this election. Thank you.
I'm assuming you're all here today because you are not supporting Diane Dennis. And actually want to see some positive things happen in New Mexico. You know, every time there's a gubernatorial election, you hear all of the candidates who start running talking about how we have such wonderful resources, which we do, and how we we're on the precipice of competing, you know, on a great level with our surrounding states, which we should be. But you know what? We never are. For some reason, every time we run and we talk about these issues, we talk about the state of public education in New Mexico and how we need to fix it. We talk about our taxes and how we need to lower them. For some reason, we can't manage to get there. We were fortunate enough to have a governor, Gary Johnson, who was willing to say no over and over and over again. And had the political will to stand up to people who were angry and accused him of cutting services, which he never did. And those were good times. And Gary Johnson likened it to turning around an oil tanker. Took 4 years to stop it, another 4 years to turn it around. And yet we had an administration which figured out a way to turn it back around again in about a month. So I think we're all in this room because we want to see something significant happen here. We want to see change. We want a new governor. The question is what kind of governor we're going to get and which one of us up here can actually win this race. I tend to believe that's me, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. But for a couple of reasons. You know, we Republicans, and those of you who are not Republicans certainly know the kinds of Republicans that we elect in New Mexico. We elect people who are outsiders. We elect people from business. We elect people who have a vision for the state and are willing to stick their neck out and give it a shot. We elect people who are not in it for a lifetime in public service, but people who are in it because they truly believe that this is a very short life we live on this earth. And that if we are able to leave it just a little bit better than when we arrive, then we have spent our time well.